Put his damn mouth. I need some gunshots, man. I need some gunshots, man. I need some gunshots, man. You kidding me? Huh? Turbo, give us a second, man. I seen you yesterday. Don't be acting like that, Turbo. Turbo tried to stun on us yesterday. You know what he said? Yo, man, don't forget I was the first guest on our Knicks Rehab. I saw your comment. You talking about, man? Huh? Oh. Then when the miss oh, damn mouth. Huh? I need some gunshots, man. In the building. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Oh man. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh
Knicks Rehab. Knicks Rehab.
Ball suckers.
You know he's in the building.
Yeah.
Huh? You know.
What up?
You know
what
we
up?
in
What
the
up?
building.
Just
Come
heard
on,
that.
man.
Just heard that fire playing.
Yo, I'll be turning up to that shit, man. Look at
That's my dude. What's his name? Bossman DLow.
Bossman DLow.
That's that fire right there. I just heard another drink by him that's type fire. I said, nah, this might be my new guy right here. You know, I'm old school, so I don't really be rocking with the new stuff. But now, man, Bossman DLow, I like his whole swag. Real talk.
50th floor eating hibachi.
Come on, man. Favorite pair of shoes? Cost $12.50. Listen, man, it just goes to show you, man. Listen, hard work, dedication, believe in yourself, you can make it, man. Listen, man. Big shout out, Bossman DLow. Real talk.
And the real boss man. Shout out the boss man.
Always.
The Hill.
Shout out my man Turbo in the building. I see you in the comments, Turbo.
We're gonna get Turbo on later because he threw a shot at us yesterday in the comments. Yo, man, I was the first guest in Knicks Rehab. You treating me like this. I said, yo, man.
Turbo family, man.
Yeah, man, we on a time limit over here, man. We gotta be professional out here, Turbo.
What's going on? What's good?
I'm trying to get, you know, these Knicks rumors. I was looking at how you say that? The scouting report of our guy. I appreciated that.
Knicks Rehab.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciated that. You know what time it is. You heard the drop about the kid, the Pacome kid. Real quick. Oh, wait a minute. We need a new drop. I don't know what to think of it yet, man, but like I call him LG2. Lenzel Graham's in the building, 94 feet of UNC. Oh, wait a minute. He said, I'm throwing. Oh,
he's styling on you. Oh, he's styling on us.
Nah,
what up, baby?
What's going on? What's going on, man? Grand Rises.
That's how you do it. That's right.
Yo, your man came in here. He came in here on some. You know how he came in here, man.
Mr. Swinger dope, Mr. Beat the Road, out on a coat, stepping on a dope. I'm Mr. Ride for him. I'm Mr. Angel.
Yeah.
I scream.
Ooh,
Bossman DLow.
You kidding me?
Yes, sir. What's up, fellas?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, Lenzel. That looks crazy. Look how it's dripping. 94 feet of UNC. This ain't no games out here, man.
Nah,
Who you think we playing with? Look at this
told you.
guy.
I
He
told
shaped.
y'all.
No, hold on, Lenzel. Let us work. We New Yorkers. We know how to do this, man. He shaped the beard up. You ain't even peeped the beard, AllBall. Oh my God.
Yeah, AllBall peeps everything, man. That like I said, that brother came on stunt. That's what I'm talking about.
You missed the ain't going.
Get
I
your
missed the
roll on.
pot scraper. Huh?
A little something,
94
man.
feet
Just
of
a little
UNC.
bit. Just
How
a
you
little
feeling,
bit.
my brother?
I'm good, fellas. How y'all doing this morning, man?
I swear to God, I was dead tired. I was gonna text you guys, y'all need to hold me down today. And then all of a sudden, press that boss man DLow button, and now I'm in a different mood. Then AllBall popped in there. I said, "Oh man, hold on, my guys with me." And then I see this work of art. You hear that? You see that Tar Heel Blue, Lenzel Graham.
We not done either. We not done. It's just a little bit, man. What you see as far as the ambiance, I guess you could say. But a little bit more coming. But that's neither here nor there. That's a later date.
Hold on, I gotta say, you walked out on me. I love you too. Head on a swivel. I gotta tell my daughter. Hold on. Is that me with the static? Am I talking too loud? Is it staticky?
Nah, I'm good. I mean, you sound good on this end.
Damn it, what the hell's going on? Anyway, I was gonna get into the Nick thing, but you came out in the building. You did work on a video. It's gonna be up today. Please talk to us about what you were explaining with North Carolina. That's your squad in college, the NCAA. Let us know about the latest of what's been going on, specifically their schedule and what you spoke with me about yesterday.
Yeah, man. So yesterday, the Tar Heel staff and everybody released their non-conference schedule. Brutal schedule. This year, North Carolina is exempt from playing. Normally, college teams play 31 games in a season. That's 20 regular season conference games and then 11 non-conference games. But every team don't get that. Every team gets the privilege, but not this year. Carolina is exempt this year because they're traveling to Hawaii to play the team in Hawaii. So in the NCAA handbook, it states that if you play in Hawaii or Alaska, any teams that are associated with the NCAA, then you are exempt to get an extra game for the season. So instead of 11 games this year, Carolina's got 12 games this year for their non-conference schedule. But it's a tough schedule. But of course, as Tar Heel fans, we will prevail. No biggie.
I see you in there, AllBall.
Yeah, I just, big shout out, Zell. What up, man? Good morning, my brother. Hope you, family, everybody doing good. Good to see you as always.
OG, everything is good, man. Same to you, man, for sure.
Yeah, sure. With your North Carolina crew, man, give us kind of like, an update on how good you think the team is going to be this season and also the players we need to be looking out for. I know, y'all got a guy, from our city, New York City, Captain Jack. So I just want to hear some of the names and some of the players y'all are excited for to step on that court this upcoming season.
Let's see. So this season, man, it's gonna be a little different.
Okay.
Mainly because North Carolina is a school that has always had a big man or several big men in the paint. The front court is a little thin this year. It's going to be interesting to see what route Hubert Davis goes this year in regards to that. But yeah, we got some big names. Of course, RJ Davis, out of New York, out of White Plains, New York. So he was one of the top three finalists for National Player of the Year last year. I do think that he would have got it if it wasn't for Zach Edey, but of course Zach Edey is just a big player, man. So I mean, it's hard to deny him. But I think RJ is gonna have a good year, as you said. You know, we got Ian Jackson coming in, a freshman, who to me is a stud. He's gonna definitely be all ACC, all freshman.
Ooh, hold,
But
no, no, no,
in
hold on, stay right there, right? Because this is homegrown. This is, New York City, and I've watched this young man play for the last couple years, and I just want to ask you, because you're out there, you're in the field, is the hype real about Ian Jackson, aka Captain Jack?
the hype is real. The hype is, as a matter of fact, the hype is bigger than what I think most expected.
Wow.
You know,
Explain a little bit if you could.
well, every year, Carolina, at the end of the season during the summer, they have what you call the alumni games,
Okay.
and what that basically is you know, a lot of your alumni players, you know, the Cole Anthonys, the Kobe Whites, the Tyler Hansboroughs. Don't say nothing, Fabe. I know what you about to. You got some on your mind. I can tell. But nah, but you know, as far as, you know, the Cameron Johnsons and players like that or whatever. So every year they come in and they have a squad, a team that they run with. You know, Danny Green, he's also a part of it. He comes in. He's been doing some rehab here in Chapel Hill lately or whatever. But they play against the new team. And it's basically, you know, just kind of toning up, uh, seeing what the players got. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Ian Jackson was to me the MOP uh, for this whole for the whole week, because I think it's a 2 week schedule that they do. But Ian Jackson was the MOP to me. Showed out. I
Wow.
mean, the kid. Well, I'm not gonna call him a kid, but the young man is a straight baller, and the expectations are higher than I think what most have expected. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that how that plays out. And you know, there's a possibility he could start, but Huber has so many weapons this year that it's gonna be tough, man, to figure out. Right now, everybody is still up in limbo right now as far as who's the actual starters, because there's so much talent on the team. Carolina's biggest issue right now is their front court. But you know, hopefully Huber can figure something out, and if not, then we got to roll with what we got. You know, Alabama did that last year. They didn't really have a big man like that, but you know, they went all the way to the Final Four. So it's possible, but nowadays you got to have a big man. But Ian Jackson, absolutely. And let me say Drake Powell as well. He's actually a part of the new CAA family. So you know, there's a little pipeline right there. You know who's all involved in that CAA pipeline basically. So he just got
Hold on. Hey. Around here, we call them La Cosa Rosa. That's what that is. We got to keep that on the low. You can't just go about mentioning, just throwing. You can't. Listen, ain't no telling over here. Ain't no telling about no telling, all right?
I
So
got you.
Jake Powell is his name out there in UNC. And what is his role over there with the Carolina Tar Heels,
So
the Kakalakis?
Drake is Drake Powell, but his role is more so he's a wing defender. If I'm not mistaken, he's around 6'6", something like that. But the kid is long. He is Paul's, but he's he's gonna be a huge piece for Carolina when it comes to wing defenders. Um, and you know, such as these Cooper Flags and people like that. So uh, I think he'll be able to hold his own. But you know, he's a local, but he's also gonna be a stud and be a star as well. So can't really sleep on him or whatever. But I like Carolina's team this year. Um, they picked up you know, Vin Allen Lubin from Vanderbilt. Um, of course, you know, he was under Jerry Stackhouse at the time. Of course, Jerry Stackhouse isn't there anymore. But you know, Jerry Stackhouse is that pipeline that brought Van Allen to UNC. So and then they also picked up Cade Tyson from Belmont. This kid shot, I would say, maybe between 47 and 50% from the 3-point line last year. He's 6'7", but it's hard to figure out what position he's going to play, whether that's a 3 or a 4. But Carolina has a lot of, that's the good thing about them this year. They have a lot of weapons, and they can go with a lot of different lineups, small, big. Well, yeah, they can go small or big, or they can just run, which is always the Carolina way to go. So it's going to be interesting, man. But we're excited, man. We're excited. I can't wait for college basketball season to get here.
Now, before we get you out of here, we wanted to touch on a topic for AllBall Madness tonight, 7:45 p.m. Get your mind right out here. Knicks Rehab family, AllBall TV family, 94 feet of UNC family. We're linking together for AllBall TV Madness. We want to talk about the current favorite to win each power conference. These are the 5 top teams or 5 coaches that are expected to win this year's NBA Finals. I'm sorry, NCAA Final Four, or expected to make it there fast. But before we get you to respond to that, over here today, we are sponsored by Factor Meals. Factor Meals make meal planning easier than ever. You get 50% off. Factormeals.com/ABTV50. That's factormeals.com/ABTV50. The code is ABTV50. If you don't know what ABTV is, you must be out of your mind. AllBall TV, baby. ABTV50 is the code. Go to factormeals.com. Start your meal planning, your prepping, all of that. Come on now, Lenzel. We got to factor in the meal.
Everybody, share, like, subscribe. Hit that code, ABTV50. Factor Meals. Let's make meals great again. Let's go.
Absolutely.
And while you're at it, go subscribe to 94 feet of UNC.
Yes.
LG2 over here. Our guy Zell. He ain't playing no games. Soon enough, we're gonna start AllBall. Yo, go Zell-lat. Go Zell-lat. You know what that means. If you ain't downloaded the app yet, I don't know what to tell you. Ain't nothing big money low about you. Let's go get it, Denzel. Let's go get it. Listen, you talk to me about it. You and Flea supposedly gonna school me on these NCAA games. Supposedly gonna convince me that the NCAA is just as good as the NBA. So far, no good. But you got me with this. Once you start listing the power coaches and you go, you know what? This coach, he's trash. This coach, he's a real deal. These are the current favorites to win each power conference via Vegas insiders at Sports Expert, according to them. ACC, Duke is plus 200. Big East, UConn is plus 150. Big 12, Kansas is plus 250. Big 10, UCLA is plus 450. And the SEC is Alabama plus 250. Now, Lenzel, I don't even know. Big 10, Big East, Big 12. That all sounds like a rap video to me. Who is going to make it? Which one is the biggest fraud out of all these guys, in your opinion?
So I don't want to, well, I would have to probably say Nick Cronin would probably be like my number 5 on the list.
Can I guess who Nick Cronin is? Because it sounds very close to Crook or Cron, you know what I mean? Crony. But that blue jacket looks horrendous. He got to be he looks like the biggest scammer on the screen right now. Bill Cronin has to be the guy in the blue jacket.
Yeah. Nick Cronin, he would be my number 5 on the list, I guess. If I had to do a top 5, he is the guy in the blue. He's he's at UCLA. UCLA here lately haven't been too good. They do actually play Carolina this year in the CBS Sports Classic. As a matter of fact, if y'all get a chance, y'all make sure y'all check that out because they will be playing at Madison Square Garden. So
Ooh.
yeah. So if y'all get a chance, make sure y'all head to the Garden or whatever. I can get y'all the dates on that as far as that tournament is concerned. But it's 4 teams. This year, Kentucky will play Ohio State, and North Carolina has UCLA. So y'all get a chance to possibly go by the Garden and check that out. Definitely make sure you go check out my heels or whatever as we dominate. But yeah, Nick Cronin, he would be at the bottom of the list. I don't know why the Big Ten is not as strong as it used to be. So I would probably say because he did get some good recruits and a couple of transfers in this year. So it's a possibility that they could definitely end up at the top of the Big Ten this year with especially now that Zach Edey is gone from Purdue. Michigan, Dusty May at Michigan is going to be they're going to be something to deal with. Of course, Tom Izzo at Michigan State. Those are Illinois as well with Brad Underwood. But those are probably your big teams. This is the first year that UCLA is in the Big Ten because they was in the Pac-12 for all those years before, but they got rid of the Pac-12. So now those teams have kind of dispersed and went to other conferences or whatever. So but yeah, I would have to give him number 5 on the list as far as the fraud as you would say. Yeah.
Listen, I was trying to hold back, but I just, I gotta be, it's the New Yorker in me. Now, I believe we'll have more time tonight, 7:45 p.m. AllBall Madness, to go through the list and have other rankings as well. In your opinion, I think we could give away. How should we do this? The number 4 or the number 1? I want to go with the number 4 guy for 94 feet of UNC because you got to stay tuned. 7:45 p.m. tonight Eastern time. AllBall Madness. We're featuring our guy here, Lenzel Graham of 94 feet of UNC. He's going to break down these college coaches. Who has the best chance? Who has the 4th best chance realistically in your mind out of this group?
You want me to answer that now?
Yes, number 4 is fine for now. Them other 3, they got to tune in 7:45 p.m. tonight. AllBall Madness.
So my number 4, I would probably go with this is gonna probably hurt some people, but I would probably have to go with Dan Hurley in the Big East.
What?
Actually, I take that back. I would have to go with Nate Oates. That's the far right guy from Alabama.
So the far right. Okay, he's the last guy with the green apple on his head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nate Oates is he's at Alabama. Of course, we as UNC fans, we got a little gripe going on with Alabama right now. I think the man has some type of a hex or something on UNC. I don't know what it is. They beat us last year in the Sweet 16. They've taken at least 2 of our recruits that we've had within the past couple of years. They just keep stepping on UNC's toes. So we actually get a chance to play them this year in the SEC ACC Challenge. So in Chapel Hill. So that's going to be interesting. I will be at that game. I can't wait. So but yeah, I would have to go with Nate Oates. I think the hype around Alabama they got a good team, but I think the hype might be a little bit high on them. And that's only because of where they are in the conference. Now that may change later on this evening or whatever. I may have to think about that because I may have to go back with that Dan Hurley choice. But we'll see. But like you said, tune in later on tonight.
7:45. He got less than 12 hours to make up his mind and rework that top 3 of that top 5 list of the power rankings, basically of the NCAA. Lenzel, anything else you got going on? You want to just let the people know that you work hard out here, man. We believe in you. We put all our support behind you because, oh yeah, we see there's proof in the pudding on this side with that Carolina blue.
Yeah, man. We like I tell people, man, we as content creators, man, we work hard behind the scenes, man. So, to make sure that we provide the best content for everybody. So, I appreciate all of the love and support that I've received thus far, just being a beginner. And I'm just looking forward to moving forward and making things happen for everybody. Um, as far as looking for me, you can find me, on my on Instagram or Twitter. It's all at 94 feet of UNC. Make sure you follow me. Check out my YouTube video that's coming up here soon. My show that's also at 94 feet of UNC. So yeah, man, we just moving, man, progressing, trying to move forward. You know what I'm saying? So looking forward to everything, man, for sure.
And there you have it, our guy Lenzel Graham out here, 94 feet of UNC. I'm putting his contacts in the description. I'm gonna add the YouTube link on there. We already got some of our followers. 94 feet of UNC. Gotcha. What's Lenzel's channel? You had it up there, Lenzel, or let me see if we can put it up there so the people can see. Oh no, they don't have it. Damn you, StreamYard, you playing games with me this morning. 94 feet of UNC though. 94 OF 94
FT.
FT. You go ahead and do it, man. I ain't drink my coffee yet.
Nah, it's all good, brother. It's all good. It's the number 94 FTOFUNC, and that's on all platforms. So on Instagram, on Twitter, and also my YouTube. So make sure everybody like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so y'all don't miss out on any content. Yeah, man, we just gonna keep rocking. We're gonna keep progressing, man. I appreciate the love and support from you guys. It's always a great time to be here, with the fellas chopping it up a little bit. And can't wait to see Flea this evening.
Going crazy.
Right.
Battling it out.
Right. Exactly. We definitely still gonna talk about we still gonna talk about that shirt. We still gonna talk about that shirt. Absolutely. Yeah. My guy hurt my feelings there a little bit, man, when I seen that. But that's a whole nother topic for later on or whatever. We'll figure it out.
It's all good. It's that's what we do over here. We show love, man. Even when we put the haters uniform on. But you see it right there, guys. 94 feet of UNC. It's 2 subscribers. Let's double that by the afternoon. Matter of fact, let's go 10 times that, man. Go follow this. 94 feet of UNC would be a lot of North Carolina, eventful, all the information that will be available. And again, he's a connoisseur of NCAA, not just UNC. So, I even asked him about Isaiah Stevens out there in Miami. Somehow he got to play an extra year in Miami because he had the COVID exemption, right? Which is over this year.
This is the last year for the COVID year. So that's how a lot of people say Armando Bacot was in college for too long. Well, that's because he got that that COVID 5th year or whatever. So this is actually the last year for it or whatever, and then everything goes back to normal. 4 years in college. So yeah.
See, we just throw a topic out there. He just like yeah. So then, and then if he doesn't know it, he looks it up. He's just like us, man. He ain't scared to be wrong either. So Lenzel Graham, 94 feet of UNC. Again, AllBall Madness tonight, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time, y'all. I'm gonna follow because Knicks Rehab says so. You kidding me? Gregory Lee in the mix.
Appreciate that, Gregory Lee. Absolutely. Appreciate that, my brother.
Yeah, man. Lenzel, we got you, my brother.
It's always a pleasure, fellas. Can't wait till this evening or whatever. We'll talk to y'all soon.
1000%.
All right, y'all. Have a good morning. See you later.
You too, OG.
Uh-oh. I'm not going to play the song again because I'm not going to keep the copyright thing going, man. I ain't doing all that. They trying to play with me. AllBall. Whoa. You know what's in the background now. Whoa.
Knicks Rehab.
man. I just wanted to touch on real quick. Let me get the right screen share going here, over here. And no major news. Seeing if Flea will jump in because he was proposing something ridiculous yesterday. AllBall. He thinks he's slick, and we got our guy in the building there earlier. He said Marty Wren was not playing with him. He's waiting for you, Flea. He's waiting for you. Here's a scouting report from one of the Knicks draft picks, Pacomi Dadiet. But before we get to that, we got to go to our sponsors real quick. 10 seconds. Hey, head to factormeals.com/ABTV50. You get 50% off from your meal planning, your meal prepping. Jump over there real quick. They're helping out with all our videos, y'all. Factormeals.com/ABTV50. Get your 50% off. Whoa. I zoomed in too much. Let's talk about Pacome. I think it's Pacome. It's DL home, not DL homie. That's what Kanye said. I saw this breakdown from the Strickland. Shout out to the Strickland. They keep up with a lot of Knicks information, Knicks news, as well as just breaking stuff down. 18-year-old Pacome Dadiet has even more upside than anticipated. He showed real defensive chops man-to-man, which wasn't quite as frequently on display in Germany, where bigs and guards do most of the scoring. The other skill he showed unexpectedly was vision. Dadiet looked comfortable passing out of drives as a connector and out of the pick and roll. For him to consistently move the ball so well in Summer League shows that his context in Germany, his job was to finish plays, scoring, period, suppress his passing. That effectively chops his prospect weakness list in half. As an 18-year-old wing scoring prospect, that's a big deal, and arguably the most consequential long-term takeaway from Vegas. So this stood out to me. In Germany, his job was to finish plays, scoring, period, suppressed his passing. So in Summer League, he was able to show the capability of connecting one side of the court to the other, right? Because once you're able to penetrate and dish the ball off to the other side of the court, that means you're now causing some motion in the offense. If you're connecting off the pick and roll, how do you connect? You dump the ball off. You skip pass. The skip passing in this era is more important than any other era because of the zone defense, how they pack the line defense. You can get by the defenders that way. The ball travels faster than the players. We know that. The ball moves quicker than the hands and feet. We know that. So Pacome being able to connect is a big deal. Again, to me, he wasn't a great shooter, but he's 18 years old. Like, what do we really expect? He showed a lot of promise. There was something else I saw. Oh, let me load this up real quick. This was teaching me a thing or two because everyone can post whatever they want, but they don't really break it down. Like, this was an interesting stat for me. Speaking of the Strickland, I clicked on an article. This was a very interesting stat from Matt Powers. The Summer League stats that translate the most to rookie year, all per 36. So these are analytics, of course. So these are the per 36 stats. So 3-point attempts, assists, blocks, offensive rebounds, and field goal attempts. That's 3-point attempts, number 1. Number 2 is assists. Number 3 is blocks. Number 4 is offensive rebounds. Number 5 is field goal attempts. The fact that they have a 3-point attempts number 1, hey, 3-point attempts number 1, and then field goal attempts in general at number 5, that's special because if you look at the list here for the least, these are the least effective stats that translate to the rookie year for these guys. Again, all per 36 minutes. The least effective. Number 1 is the free throw percentage. Number 2 is the 3-point percentage. Number 3 is steals. Number 4 is free throw attempts. And number 5 is field goal percentage. I would have thought if you asked me before I even seen a list like this, that field goal attempts would have translated the most to a rookie in their rookie season, right? Because if you're able to have a high field goal percentage, why not? But now looking at this, the assist makes sense because you're going to pass the ball regardless, right? Blocks, that makes sense because no matter how frail you are, you're going to get to the blocks, especially on the weak side. Think of Marcus Camby. He was still quite effective in his rookie year, right? Offensive rebounds and blocks. And even with these 3-point attempts and field goal attempts, that shows me that you're efforting out there, right? Like, I don't care what's going on in front of me. I think this shows fearlessness. This shows fearlessness in my book. You attempting to shoot, you ain't gun shy out there. You got to rock with that guy, especially if they're going for the offensive boards. They're not scared to get bruised up with grown men in the middle. So they would have paused the hell out of that one. And then the least effective stats, for it to be percentages, just reading this and thinking it through makes a hell of a lot of sense. Because why would your percentages be crazy rookie year, right? Why would your percentages go nuts like that? If you're a rookie, you don't know what spots are going to work for you. You just don't. You don't know that. I love this list. There's some more of this article. You could go read that in the Strickland. Read some more of that in the Strickland. The Knicks 2024 Summer League recap. Upsides, glimpse, debates ended. Biggs biggin. This is written by Prez. Go jump on that. I'll put it in the description right now. Just recap some of your stuff, man. You don't just go with the eye test. We do the Bochinche test over here on Knicks Rehab. My bad. I dropped the charger to my iPod, my AirPod. Oh, whoa. How you gonna just
live? Big Flea, never the little one.
In the building.
Gregory Lee, I'm here, baby. I know you asking for me. I'm here, big dog.
Oh, don't make me pray. We was boss man DLow it up earlier. Flea.
I'm very aware.
50 flow eating hibachi. You kidding me?
Yo, don't ever.
You Mr. Ralph Lauren. You Mr. Ain't Going. He is hilarious. I'm Mr. Pot Scraper. You kidding me?
Listen, if we ever wind up at Benihana's together, don't ever let me see you let the chef throw anything in your mouth. You heard? Don't catch the shrimp.
Whoa.
Don't catch that little piece of chicken. You heard? Don't do that.
Hold on.
You can't. No, they can't spray.
No.
They can't spray the liquor in your mouth. They can't do none of that. No, Fabian.
No. I don't appreciate you, Flea. I wish you and your 6'2" looking self, because next to me he looks like he's 6'6". It's crazy, right?
I pull up on Fabian. I get out the car. Fabian looking at me like I got 10 heads. Like, God damn, Flea.
I was getting ready to pop some shit, but I was like, I wasn't Mr. Pot Scraper in that moment. I had to gather myself. Hold on, let me get my swag back. Hold on, I ain't scared of no ghosts. But hold on, back to your comment. I want to curse you the hell out right now. The fact that you even think that you got to tell me to not let no man spray liquor in my mouth. Are you crazy?
No
food
boat,
in my mouth.
No driving the boat. No driving the boat.
Like this is 101 Dalmatians. Listen, there will be some furniture moving up in that spot. Don't you ever in your life even offer to put food in my mouth, Mr. Hibachi. I'm kicking your ass all up and down that grill. What are you talking about?
Look.
You got a what if?
Look. Wait. Hold on. I'm crazy. I'm a nut. Hold on.
what if, and we're not gonna say my baby girl's name, your beautiful daughter. What if she's celebrating her 18th birthday, high school graduation, drinks are flowing, Benihana's is popping, and the chef is getting busy with the tricks. He's floating around, he's twirling, he's doing all the fly stuff. And then baby girl looks at you and said, Dad, you gotta participate.
Me and all my niggas doing.
And she says, Dad, you gotta participate.
He said, what if you doing tricks and all that? Yo, Val knows me pretty well. Let me tell you something. That sounds like what we talked about offline the other day. Val would try to giggle her way into that. But that sounds like what we said the other day, man. If you wasn't like that before you got locked up.
All right, last one.
Hold on. If you wasn't like that before you went to jail, bro. Come on, man. It was in you the whole time. So the new test is we taking our people to the hibachi spot to find out whether or not you a different kind of pot scraper out here. Jesus Christ, he's out of his mind.
Last one. Hold on. Last one before we segue.
Yes.
Can Ingrid participate in the hibachi catching and liquor catching in the mouth? Can she participate in those festivities?
First of all, watch your mouth about my wife's mouth. Number one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have to be way more careful with that.
Yes,
Number two,
sir.
I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. We're entering an interesting territory.
Okay. We only gonna be here for 2 seconds, y'all. Y'all know I just got here.
She just stepped in here. Hey, babe. If we at the hibachi spot, he tried to disrespect me and say that I better not let the guy feed me hibachi. I said, first of all, there's gonna be we scrapping after that. That's number one. Number two, he's asking me, would I allow you to participate in the hibachi eatery? So I'm gonna answer that question right now. If the chef is offering to feed my wife, it depends. If he looks like Mr. Miyagi, no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Mr. Miyagi,
all the noodles you want. But if Mr. Hibachi, the chef, is looking like Aquaman, yo, Aquaman, don't get your ass shot.
Aquaman's a big dude, man. He bigger than me, bro. He bigger than me.
Please notice I said don't get your ass shot. There shall be no furniture moving. I'm letting off.
Oh man,
Hibachi spot is closed.
Hibachi spot is closed for the night, y'all.
Forever.
Forever.
Aquaman trying to get out of here with your noodles. Literally.
Oh man, I'm glad y'all gave me that little 5 minutes to start this, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Y'all know I come in here with the bullshit. What up?
So, you know what you wanted to get into. You had people waiting for you. Gregory Lee was in here waiting for you, for your punk ass.
I know, my boy.
No, not Gregory Lee. I'm sorry. That was Marty Wren. He called you out to flee. Look at this. He didn't say hello. He didn't say good morning.
No
none
greeting.
Of that. He heard what you said, brother. He came in here Hulk Hogan style. To flee. Question before y'all ended last night live. Do we trade Randall to the Grizzlies? I say no. Where is the loyalty? That's not a question. He put an exclamation point. This man was the only man who wanted to come here and showcase what he had him. The Garden, many seasons we got laughed at. He still balled out and kept our name alive. All the Christmas games we got to see because of this man. Where is the loyalty? I would let that man play out his contract, and that's what they're doing. And I think they will still re-sign him based off his loyalty. Nobody has ever came to the Knicks and willingly stayed through the growing pains. I thought us New Yorkers were loyal. I'm wondering what's going on, B. He hit you with the New York accent. He didn't ask no questions. He didn't say good morning, Fleet. He came to address your punk ass. So, what is your question, Flea? Please set it up about what you got to say.
First of all, before you read me like that, Marty, before you ever read me like that ever again, and like you greet me. You understand? You say good morning, good afternoon, and good night to me. That's what you do, Marty.
No. I respect the energy, Flea. He ain't come.
I respect it. I love it. I love it.
Don't back down. You gotta say good morning to me. No, Big Flea. Go handle your business. What's your question, please?
Well, if you stop interrupting me, maybe I can set the table. But I understand. I get it. Listen, guys. Like I said, scouring the internet to keep you guys informed, keep you guys entertained, keep you guys coming back to Knicks Rehab. I stumbled upon a little makeshift trade. I passed it at first because it just pissed me off like it probably did Marty. But I spun back. And I said, we might have to think about that. So, with that being said, not a fast no and not a fast yes. Let's think about and discuss, y'all. That's all. It's always about upgrading your roster, y'all. We love Julius. I'm not saying kick him to the curb. But it is always about tweaking and making things better. Julius Randle for PJ Washington, Gafford, Hardy, and let's sweeten the pot. Let's say 2 first-round picks. Because yesterday there was an uproar. The second round picks? No. Okay, so let's just sweeten the pot a little bit. I just want to see what Knicks fans is going to bite at. I want to just see if the consistency and the loyalty is really real. How sweet does it got to get? So I just put this out there. That's all. I'm not a proponent of it. I just wanted to see what the people thought. How much you really love Julius?
Well, I can't tell you how much we really love Julius right now because I could tell you how much we really love Factor Meals. FactorMeals.com/ABTV50. Get 50% off. Get your meal planning on. Once you click FactorMeals.com/ABTV50. They got all kinds of variety for you to pick out your meal planning for the day. Prep your meals. Make meal planning easy again. Click that link in the description. Show them some love. You show them how it's showing up. Share that link, by the way, y'all. Also, hold on. I didn't even click to look at this, man. Just in case you can't hear me, you could read this right here, baby. Huh? Factor Meals, code ABTV50. Get to know me. Get to know us. We brought you 50% off, y'all. We ain't playing around out here. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Thank you, Factor Meals, for showing us that love.
Get your fact on, y'all. Get your fact on.
Now, Flea, Big Flea, you are out of your mind. Number one, I don't see Dallas coming with no first-round picks. But if in that case, let's talk about it. PJ Washington, Gafford, and who else? Hardy? Did we lose Flea? I think we lost him. Hardy on the Mavericks. Am I not familiar enough with Hardy's game? Jaden Hardy? Second-round pick. What does he shoot? He's a second-round pick from 2022. What is his stats? Hardy stats.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
What is the big ace up your sleeve with this? I haven't seen anybody shooting 3-pointers. I know Daniel Gafford is there. I don't believe in Daniel Gafford. He showed, I thought something was lack or the Wizards were holding him back, but I don't think Luka Doncic was frustrated by him for no reason last year in the playoffs. PJ Washington is another big body, but I think that's a redundant piece when you got OG Bridges out there with DiVincenzo, it doesn't move the needle for me, Flea. It doesn't. I think we lose a lot with Randall out there.
Okay. And again, dialogue. That's all. I saw something, and I was like, "Yo, let me just throw it out there. See what the people feel." Got people in the uproar. It's all right. Y'all are gonna be okay. We just having conversation.
Marty's trying to leg drop you Sting style from the top of the stadium. That's why Flea said it last night, last night, because nobody could comment. He thinks you set us up for the for the ultimate Irish goodbye. He hit you with the, what do you think about this, guys? Then threw the cable over your face and just disappeared. And that is what he did, Marty Renn, because now we're in here talking about it.
Come on, we content creating, man. Come on, we producing. Give us a little pat on the back, Marty. I'm being, you know me by now, so I usually find one commenter and smoke them for the rest of the morning. But I slept well last night. Feel good. Happy to be here with you guys.
I'm looking for the Julius Randle trade. I think was proposed yesterday, but there's a lot of them. A Bleacher Report, Julius Randle trades. They're having a lot of fun with it. Which ties back into the Tibbs contract extension. We haven't spoken on that this morning because we spoke about it last night, y'all. We reacted to it last night as close to the real time as possible. And I would have to believe, Flea, if you got 3 more years here with Tibbs, I don't think there's any way possible they're trading Julius Randle. I don't think he's leaving. What coach has vouched for Julius Randle? What person has vouched for Julius Randle publicly more than Tom Thibodeau? I can't see him going. I can't see him going. And we gotta give Thibodeau his props for holding him down when we were against both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Thibodeau was taking on all the bullets just to hold his guy down. Gotta commend him for that. So everybody that's doing all these trade rumors or in the trade machine with Julius Randle, that's just all about Knicks for clicks at that point. It just is. We know that. We just know it. I hear the keys. That means you getting moving, man. So y'all, if you have, if you want to chime in, please do, please.
I'm about to get moving. Listen. My thoughts on that deal is this: when you get multiple role players, when you get multiple guys back, draft picks and all that, you just gotta look at the deal. So I just was patting myself on the back that I didn't overreact and say hell no. That's all. But no, I wouldn't lean to do that deal. I like what we're building. Love Julius. I think we emotional Knicks fans, so we are gonna tie things together like he was here first and loyalty and all that, and that shit don't matter. Is he producing? Yes, that's what matters. That's what matters. So yes, is he producing? Yes. Is he gonna help us win a championship? Yes. So everybody calm down. I ain't kicking Julius to the curb, but this is Knicks Rehab. We got to go through our rehabilitation, and this was part of it. So glad y'all joined me.
But before you get going,
Knicks Rehab.
segue into something that we're doing for the week and the foreseeable future. Milwaukee Bucks just signed Gary Trent Jr. I think this is another one of their sneaky big pickups. I'm trying to see the other kid that they signed. Javon Wright. Was it Javon Wright? What's his name? Obviously, AJ Johnson.
Yeah,
Ooh, AJ Johnson.
Jalen Green's little brother.
Shout out to Lenzel Graham. He was on here earlier. Lenzel Graham with 94 feet of UNC, big college
Big
big
shout out, Lenzel.
college, big college commentator extraordinaire. He was big on AJ Jones, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, DeLon Wright. That's who they picked up. DeLon Wright, Torian Prince, and Gary Trent Jr. I think these are all sneaky picks for
Great depth additions. Great depth additions.
yeah, for the Milwaukee Bucks. But before I get your reaction to that, we got to talk about Factor Meals, man. Factormeals.com/ABTV50. Get 50% off your meal planning, y'all. Factormeals.com/ABTV50. It's Factor Meals. The code is ABTV50, and they are sponsoring this segment of Knicks Rehab. Do we feel like the Milwaukee Bucks have jumped up as a threat to the New York Knicks in that top 4 category in the Eastern Conference with these offseason acquisitions, Flea?
I think we got to be honest with ourselves and understand that those are sneaky moves that adds depth to an already championship contending team. Okay, they didn't look good last year. Big deal. But they got a top 5 player on their team. They got a closer. Middleton has been great. And then you just add pieces like that, DeLon Wright, Gary Trent Jr., Torian Prince. All of those are pieces that low maintenance guys going to come in, play defense, and hit shots. They needed shooting. They need some more shooting around Damian Lillard. And I think they added that. So I love the addition.
I mean, DeLon Wright is not a great shooter. He's 6'5". I'm not sure how much of a defender DeLon Wright is. I heard Bill Simmons talking about him as well. He was saying that he was just one of these great low-key players. Number one, he's first round draft pick number 20. I think DeLon Wright, he's 6'5", big body. The key to the Bucks is gonna be Dame Lillard and Giannis and see if they can work that pick and roll. By the way, DeLon Wright was a 2-time member of the Pac-12's All-Defensive Team back in college. He won the Bob Cousy Award as the best point guard in 2015 as well. So I'm a guy, I'm not gonna lie to you. My people, Flea, Turbo was in the building earlier. Of course, Lenzel Graham of 94 Feet of UNC. They're gonna list things like this to tell us about players and why they're gonna be a sneaky good addition. You can't overlook things like that. 2-time Defensive Player of the Year in college for his conference. DeLon Wright is gonna be a big impact. And they lost some shooting with the kid that went to Detroit. Forgot his name. He was on the Lakers in Minnesota before that. He's one of the best shooters in the game, as a matter of fact, from the corner. But I think the Bucks are now looking at it at the defensive side because they lost so much with Drew Holiday. They didn't make up for it when they gained Dame Lillard. And here's the other thing. As bad as this season was for the Bucks last year, we can't overlook the fact that the Mavericks did exactly the same thing the year before. Last year, the Mavericks went to appear in the finals, but the year before that, they totally flaked out after they acquired Kyrie Irving, who's a super duper offensive player. But Kyrie Irving's alongside an MVP once again. He's played alongside several MVP caliber players in his career, but when he was right, come on, he won that chip, been to several finals appearances with LeBron James. And now he repeated that same trend last year with Luka Doncic after the year of having some dub out. What's stopping the Bucks from repeating that? You add Dame Lillard, who's going to be like Kyrie in that scenario, and you have Giannis, your MVP caliber player, who, in my opinion, AllBall always says it. He thought I would disagree with him, but I think Giannis is a bit overrated because he's not really that skilled, and he relies on the referees bending the rules for him. A lot of people will get mad about that, but hey, he got better in with his post game. I've yet to see that. OG Anunoby stopped that late last season when we played them. But I digress. Giannis Antetokounmpo is an unapologetic player. I think that's one of the ingredients for any high level caliber player. Michael Jordan is the epitome of that. Draymond Green epitomizes that. Draymond Green would apologize, take back his apology, all done unapologetically. And Giannis presents that on the court. Dame Lillard, I think, was a bit timid. He was going through a lot. Obviously, they were talking about him going through a divorce and whatnot. He got traded to a new city. He originally wanted to be traded to Miami. And Doc Rivers was on Bill Simmons' podcast breaking down how Giannis and Dame were kind of stealing each other's possessions, especially during the transition baskets, where Giannis would, after a rebound, take the ball and bring it up court, and after an inbounds pass, would take the pass and try to sprint down court. Doc Rivers broke down how, hey, we just took 75% of Dame Lillard's possessions, of his good possessions. So we gotta allow Dame Lillard to get the inbound the ball more, and he could get those possessions more and set up in the half court better, so that Dame Lillard can score in his usual spots. Giannis, after a rebound, Doc Rivers sounded like he wants to get the ball. He wants the ball in Giannis's hand after every single rebound. He wants him after every single transition play. That's what he wants Giannis with the ball in his hands. Sprint down court. You have an advantage because A, the referees are letting Giannis take 4 or 5 steps every time for whatever reason. And B, he's the Greek freak for a reason. You sprint down court, it's a disadvantage. That will give Giannis 4 to 8 points every night. And of course, he puts you in foul trouble. He's a bad free throw shooter, but unlike plenty of other players in NBA history, he doesn't allow that to deter him. We saw him shoot 16 of 16 from the free throw line in Game 6, legendary 50-point game to close out the NBA Finals and win that ring. He's clutch. He made clutch defensive plays, clutch offensive plays with Jrue Holiday alongside him. And they're looking to repeat that with Dame Lillard finally. But I just don't see that happening. I don't see the Bucks doing what the Dallas Mavericks did last year. They have Doc Rivers over there. He's an unproven coach. He went from proven to unproven. If they're healthy, I never saw anything they did last year that was going to shock me. And what OG Anunoby did guarding Giannis, I know you guys are gonna think I'm a homer and I'm going crazy. I don't think you guys, when I saw OG guard Giannis, I saw OG Anunoby guard the Joker. I saw OG Anunoby guard Embiid, all single one-on-one coverage. And it was incredible. It was incredible. It was Kawhi-like, in my opinion. He X's out your best player. Now what? Now what else you got? You're going to rely on Dame, 33-year-old Dame? A lot of pressure on you, Dame, who walked away from the grind over there in Portland. Yeah, we throwing salt on your name right now because we got to with New York City. But in all seriousness, I don't see nothing happening with them, man. Get the Bucks out of here, man. I actually believe in the Miami Heat more than them, as I mentioned yesterday. That kid Isaiah Stevens can bring the ball up another guard, and you add a young stud in Khalil Ware to make Bam Adebayo's job easier. If he can bring any sort of defensive pressure for the Miami Heat, I think they can topple the Bucks because they have that competitive nature in them, and styles make fights, and a matchup is a matchup. A matchup problem is a matchup problem. The Orlando Magic, all of a sudden being talked about here on this channel. I got to call out my people in a second when they're on in my presence later on. The Orlando Magic all of a sudden are talked about as a problem, right? Because they have guys who are 6'10" and up all throughout their starting lineup and on the bench, and they can match up with Boston. They're just health-wise, Jonathan Isaac and Jalen Suggs, they're not available enough. The Bucks don't have that to me. The Orlando Magic will be a problem for the Bucks. For the Bucks. Big time. Big time. If Jonathan Isaac is healthy out there, KCP What are they really countering? Dame Lillard is still a problem out there defensively. That drop off to me, again, the other day, I was I was getting on Triple J from the Memphis Grizzlies. I was getting on him because all of a sudden he dropped off the face of this earth defensively once he lost Steven Adams. Well, guess what? All of a sudden, Giannis and Brook Lopez are no longer Defensive Player of the Year candidates, all because Jrue Holiday left. And yes, I understand it's Jrue Holiday, one of the best defensive players ever. But I don't think Giannis or Brook Lopez is as good or on the same caliber as Jrue Holiday. I don't think they've ever been. Footwork wise, none of that. I think they're overrated. And they proved it to me last year. The Orlando Magic have 2 Defensive Player of the Year type of players, 2 all defensive type of players in Jalen Suggs and Jonathan Isaac. Health is the only thing that's stopping them. I'm more fearful about them. And we're talking about health when it comes to them. And we're talking about health when it comes to other teams. We'll get to that tomorrow when we bring in the Eastern Conference problems for the Nueva York Knicks. Let's get to some of these comments. But before we do that, hey, y'all, let's show some love out here to Factor Meals. FactorMeals.com/ABTV50. You get 50% off your meal planning. Prep it up. 50% off. FactorMeals.com/ABTV50. Hit the link in the description, y'all. Show them love. Show them our strength. Show them how we move out here, man. FactorMeals.com/ABTV50. Get your meal prep on. You get 50% off. Courtesy of AllBall TV, The Family, Knicks Rehab, Fabian PerspecTV, Big Flea, Uncle Ice, AllBall, Big Kels, Lenzel Graham. We in the mix, baby. Back to Knicks Rehab. Let's get to these comments. Should we start from the tippity top? We already addressed Marty Run with that. Yo, good morning, Nick Nation. Peace to Fabian, the one and only OG. Flea Mason, Gregory Lee. No, they say never judge a crook by his cover. You feel me, Robert? Chill Will Latimer in the building. I gotta get to the AllBall TV family first. Vaughn Allen, what's going on, baby? Salute to the chat. Put a link in the chat. The search isn't showing his channel. Oh, sorry about that. Do I have it here? 50th floor, eating hibachi? Let me see. '50th floor, eating hibachi? You're really making me go through a shoot through hoops over here, guys. Okay, here we go. Boom. Thanks for that recommendation, Vaughn Allen. So that link in the chat, that's 94 feet of UNC with our guy Lenzel Graham. He's a big-time North Carolina fan. We will be doing AllBall Madness tonight, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. For AllBall Madness, that's all college ball talk. You don't know, get to know. Cristian Castillo. Good day, fellas. Love to see your platform growing. Much success to you. Goodbye. Good day to the chat as well. Vaughn Allen has a lot of emojis out here. Yeah, Vaughn. Yeah, Robert Paulson. Only one person putting meat in my wife's mouth. Whoa! Come on now. Nah, Phil, you better get the furniture moving. Don't blick up the spot. Listen, Gregory. I'm not fighting Aquaman, man. I'm 41 years old. I got body parts that hurt. Aquaman is going down. Get back in that water, Aquaman. You should have never came out trying to cook hibachi for my wife. Watch your mind, and then you want to feed her these noodles. Straight peeling your fins back. I ain't pausing nothing. I ride with anyone who rejected the fakers. That was about Dan Hurley. So Dan Hurley's your favorite coach in college now, Robert Paulson. I'm gonna follow because Knicks Rehab said so. Yeah, y'all. Nostalgic Nick, what's going on, baby? PAC is the future. Pocket's the future. Defensive specialist. You think so? We'll see. Daddy I. Is that how you say his name? Well, we might be able to get Pacomi right and use him to get in a trade package. Damn, y'all be trying to bundle everybody up out of here, man. Once Pacomi gets better at being more aggressive in shot selection, is going to be a problem. How many people can we say that about, though, Gregor, really, in all honesty? Once he gets his shot selection better and be more aggressive, there's too many people we can say that about. The Duke coach because of Cooper Flag. You going with him? You going with Duke? I see someone propose a trade that will see the Knicks get an Aussie backup center. Who you talking about, Steven Adams or a different guy? That's kind of true and not true because unless they cut off your ability to get to your spot, but after watching Pacomi film at work. Okay. And what do you think about him, Greg? Nah, I can never be is one and only, and that's Flea Mason. That's nasty work for the steak or the steak either. Yeah, man. If you know what we're talking about, go rewind this and go see what happened at the hibachi spot. Don't even let them put anything in your ladies. Please saying if you catch steak in your mouth, you saucy Santana. Yo, if they got a meal called Saucy Santana at the hibachi spot, I'm going to wait for everybody in the car at that point, bro. This ain't for me, guys. We're not doing this. Night is over. Only one. Yeah. Nah, Fabian, you better get the 9 and I can't get it. Coming for Flea for real. You have to go get him. Marty came out here with the Hulkamania leg drop in the chat for Flea. He wasn't playing any games. We're Knicks addicts. We always going to come back to rehab. Woo! Factor Meals. DG Films. He loves that Factor Meals. Don't say trade Julius for Jaren Jackson. Hell nah. Yeah, I already went through that the other day, man. We saw it was broke down on live TV, man. Yeah, the Grizzlies trade that don't make sense because Jared is not coming off the bench. Well, he wouldn't. He would be starting. Marty were from the Star. Let's go. Oh, Marty's from the Star? I think you told me that before. Slutty Meals. And Slutty Meals is crazy. I'll be rocking with Flea, but nah, we can't do that. I'm sticking with Julius. Everybody's we have shamed each other. If you used to talk crap about Julius Randle, whether we were right, whether we were wrong, we are currently standing for him in solitude because he has to show us otherwise. We all believe we have a championship caliber squad, and Julius Randle just playing his game is gonna make us deadlier. I think we're all on the same page about that, man. Even the few that doubt right now, it's like, bro, you just got to go see him play. I can't argue with you for 30 minutes about what Julius Randle is going to do if he hasn't done it yet, and he only showed it to us for a month. His trend has been his whole career to play the way he's always played. Why would he change that now? So all I got to say is to be continued. Don't be a sucker. If it was for Jaren Jackson, maybe, just maybe. No, Gregory Lee, don't do it. Don't do it. Yes, sir. Bro, being here bugging. He need to find a nice young lady to Bronco bust him or reverse cowgirl. He too uptight. Listen, we got to accept the uptight people too, Greg. I like it. Gates, baby, you heard? Oh, Gates? Was that Gates Avenue? Marcy Avenue all day. Let's trade Knicks 100 for a bag of us. Yo, they coming at you, Knicks 100. I grew up on Flushing, Farragut. And Fort Greene? You grew up in Fort Greene in the 90s and the 80s? You are Ford tough, my brother. They are adding more shooting to the team. Shout out to Marcy, of course, 551. Yes, you was out during the block parties back in the day, Marty. I know multiple blocks was having a block party. Me and my boys would have been hopping around. Mill eliminated from the playoffs in the first round 2 years in a row. Yep, Milwaukee has. Lopez and Middleton on the decline. Yeah, man. Middleton's decline hasn't been talked about enough. And he's also 33 years old. It's just so crazy that to see him that he is 33. They're getting older, man. This is their last season for me. Dame has declined. Middleton has declined. The injuries are piling up. Who knows if Giannis's injuries are piling up as well? That's 2 back-to-back playoffs that he really couldn't finish strongly. And we get on Embiid about it every season. Is this going to be a trend into Giannis's 30s? He just turned 30 years old. Right, Malik Beasley. I remember his name. Man, DeLon Wright is just a traveling man. He was on Washington, if I remember him right. Yeah, he was. I saw a trade for Randall to Houston for Jabari Smith, Jake Lonsdale, and Jalen Green. I mean, Jabari Smith is kind of tough. But my only thing with that is, even with just going young players, bro, even in Walker Kessler, whoever it is, you know, these are projects that we have to take on. And I know I forgot to respond. I didn't respond to Flea about that we don't owe Julius Randle. How much equity does Julius Randle's loyalty really hold up to us, right? And I believe if we sucked, if we were bad and he was being loyal and he took that same amount of money, we would still respect him, right? Like he took less of a bag to do the front office a favor, and he would look like Kevin Garnett, right? Just staying in a bad situation in Minnesota. But Julius Randle, the fact that we're winning, it looks good on him, number one. And number two, it's not just the fact that he was loyal, it's the fact also that we're good and he doesn't cause any real problems. He said, you know, Jalen Brunson is the guy last year. He had no problem giving that up, man. So I can't be not upset with it. He's constantly bringing more and more intrinsic value to that loyalty because we are good. That's it. You know, I want to say even if we were bad, he would have some value because it's like, yo, is he the reason why we're good or why we're so bad? I always just said if the Knicks make him our third best player, that's going to be different. Just like with Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride is the third shooting guard in the depth chart right now. That's where he belongs, right? And that's why these guys got, maybe I sound like a broken record. These guys got upset with me when we were talking about one-on-one players, the great one-on-one players in the NBA. And Jalen Brunson is one of the great one-on-one players in the NBA. But he's not the greatest one-on-one player in the NBA because at some point you have to help defensively with one-on-one players when they are that good. So you have to deal with help defense. And I know a lot of you say, well, he did that with help defense last year. He did. He started getting better, more experienced with being the number one guy with help defense. But there's no way you could tell me he's better than SGA and Luka Doncic dealing with help defense, right? The counter to that has to be the Knicks now have Jalen Brunson as another option on the table for our offense. Bridges brings something to the table. OG in the corner and Randall being able to produce fouls or create fouls. Also, he can offensive rebound. Mitchell Robinson, offensive rebound. All these things matter with Jalen Brunson because now some nights Bridges might sneakily look like the best player on the court. Julius Randle is going to look like the best player on the court at times. OG Anunoby is going to look like the best player on the court at times. Jalen Brunson does not have to worry about being the best player on the court anymore because now everybody has a role. The fact that you are the fourth, imagine if one night we see Jalen Brunson scored 8 points and we win by 30. We're going to be like, yo, damn, this is crazy. Brunson ain't even playing good. He doesn't have to play good. Because going back to the one-on-one thing, it's a lot harder to play help defense if I got that alongside with me. Now the front office has created more one-on-one possessions for Jalen Brunson and the rest of these options on the team. That puts us in a different predicament. So going back to your trade-off for Robert Paulson, Jabari Smith, Jake Lonsdale, and Jalen Green, I think I don't know if they add to that. Defensively, they might be active and they might be energetic, but there's still works in progress. And I don't want to take on any more works in progress when Julius Randle's already proven what he is. And these other guys are all proven in their own way, and they're still in their mid-20s. So they're around the same ages as Jabari Smith and Jalen Green. How far off are they? 4 or 5 years? They may not have graduated high school together, but they saw the same teachers. I could go borrow his textbook real quick from 3 years ago and take that same math class from Mr. Mack. Shout out to Mr. Mack. He was a real math teacher of mine, right? So I'd rather deal with the guys who already proven themselves in this system, in the organization, give them a shot, and that be that, said the cat. Deuce McBride is the third shooting guard on our depth chart, man. Are you kidding me? Giannis needs to evolve his game. At this point, what do you consider evolving your game? Because offensively, I thought last year he showed the best he's ever shown offensively in the mid range. I thought the Akeem Olajuwon stuff was laughable last summer, but he showed a lot of that off until OG Anunoby got up in his ass, and that's when he got exposed. To Flea, I wasn't coming at you like that. It was for the fans out there who really think that. So I wasn't coming at you, but I felt it was something that needs to be talked about because of a lot of people. Nah, Marty, I'm using your quote. I'm quoting you, and I'm getting that Flea. He curses me out every day. Every day, he just finds himself cursing me out. So fuck that, Marty. I'm going at him. I'm taking your comment, and I'm instigating it. Watch this platform. And I was just saying, broski, it's all love. Marty, you ain't got to explain nothing, man. We love you out here. We see you all the time on here. You comment on the regular videos and the lives. You ain't got to ever explain yourself, man. Send them shots, bro. I got your back. But that's Doc Rivers' fault. He's not a great coach. Correct. I'm at the point. I'm going to say is Tibbs a better coach than Doc Rivers? That one ring Doc has means nothing. I think for me, that's concluded. Tom Thibodeau's a better coach than Doc Rivers. He ran his players to the ground. He didn't run away from 3-1 leads. Like, that's just, it's common sense now. And I saw, I never even watched that clip series, but the little clips that I have seen of it, it looks like, you know, like Doc Rivers, to me, I can see why people like him. When I listen to him in podcasts, he's very raw, he's very real, but there's a balance you have to have with communicating with other people. You just do. And you learn that in life. If you don't learn how to communicate, it's going to hurt you at the end of the day. And as a coach, I'd imagine that you become redundant. And if you're insulting your players, it's tough. It's tough. Or it can come off as insulting when you're just trying to be real, motivate them. Because back in 1988, that's what worked. And in this era, it's like these kids just push one button and they want to get over that motivational part. I think a part of motivating somebody, it's a bit embarrassing. You got to be able to try to embarrass them and see what they can deal with. And I don't know, a lot of these kids don't want to be embarrassed. That's the problem. That's why they make up all those highlight videos on Instagram at 12 years old, which is complete garbage. Maybe it was a Jeff Green, not Jalen. Mavs offer, no deal. Let's just roll with who we have. Yep. Cap. And you're not pulling trailblazing. It's facts, Fabian. Milwaukee can't do nothing with us. We have Wingstop. You're trolling if you feel Bucks going to take losses. What do you mean? The hell are you talking about? Magic Cap is the only team I worry about, truthfully, because of size. It's their size from 1 through 5, man. Healthy. And of course, Banchero's in his 3rd season. Who knows if that birth certificate is real? Dear God, what if Banchero's birth certificate ain't even real and he's just out here? Watch this, y'all. We expect to see a 3rd-year leap from him, right? And he looks great. Would you let a man feed your wife facts? Let's get to that. Would you let a man feed your wife Factor Meals? Factormeals.com/ABTV50. You get 50% off. Hey, Would you let a man feed your girl factor meals? I might if they go up on these joints. I ain't gonna lie to you. She ain't around either. She gonna be like, this ain't no indecent proposal. Get your ass. You ain't no Richard Gere. Factormeals.com/ABTV50, y'all. The code is ABTV50. Get 50% off. Holla at us. Adams is Kiwi, mate. How rude. Really? I thought Adams was what am I confusing him for? Best show. Bishop, what's going on, baby? You should show Factor Foods in the beginning, because if I didn't watch the whole thing, I would have not known you have a sponsor. Too much info. We try to, but I do it for the editing as well, Bishop, because it's a lot easier. And I try to make it short in the beginning. The first 2 minutes, I'll say, yo, this is sponsored by Factor Meals, AllBall TV 50. Get 50% off. Head to factormeals.com/ABTV50 and just keep it pushing. That way it's not 30 seconds long, and we just figure out different ways to promote it. Oh, you wildin'. You said Kiwi Mate is crazy. What the hell is Kiwi Mate? What you know about that, Bishop? Off topic. Favorite top 5 rappers, dead or alive. Oh, man. I kind of hate this, but like the best rappers ever is, like Jay and Biggie and Nas. Like those are obvious. I go back and forth with like Ghostface, and I think Black Thought is such a great rapper, but I'm not buying his albums. I'm trying to think who else is on this level. Like Jadakiss is one of my favorite rappers of all time. He's not as skilled as, let's say, or versatile like let's say Biggie's more versatile than Jadakiss, but he's still so effective. Like Mace might be in my top 5. You don't want Mace was so nice. Because the other thing people don't factor in is like, yo, Biggie blew up at 20 years old. Mace blew up at 19 years old. Rakim was 18 years old when he came out. LL Cool J was 16, 17. These guys were writing adult lyrics. Just eloquent, super persuasive. So yeah, Big J, Nas, this, the typical. Tupac is my favorite rapper of all time. Yeah, he was a team hopper and whatever else everybody calls him. I think he's probably the most brilliant mind in hip hop history, to be honest with you. He was ahead of his time. He understood media. He understood what being in an interview meant. He understood everything was a big moment. He understood that life, like he took on, what was it, Picasso that said that, like every room, every day I wake up, like life is my stage. I think Tupac really embodied that, and he just happened to choose rap as a form of communication. But he was out of his mind. Who was in that category, man? I'm trying to think of a super underrated person that you wouldn't think I know. Like Sean Price is another guy who's like super nice. Sean Price was like the Patrice O'Neal of rap, where he was way nicer than everybody understood. And like, and I mean, not like Mos Def nice. Like Mos Def was nice, but I don't know if I want to really repeat what he was saying. Sean Price was just clearly like Patrice O'Neal, a reluctant star. And shout out to Brownsville, shout out to Brooklyn. He was just big time, man. He was definitely big time. That's a sneaky, underrated guy that I like, Sean Price. Dame Time was taken by Halle. Oh, ripped his watch right off. Give me that Rollie. Top or all alive. Oh, damn, Bishop. Brunson has the offensive game to get his shot, but what we need to see more is his ability to facilitate when he is defended well. And I think it's harder for a smaller player to figure that out. Because, yeah, he is smaller, but I spoke to this the other day. Iverson and Kyrie Irving, they can dribble out of these double teams, and those long arms really help them. Brunson has like T-Rex arms. So I think that prevents him from getting that pass out in between the defenders, and making an easier pass when you see the help coming over at that wing, because they picked them up a lot on the wing, on the left wing, top of the screen, of the TV screen. You'll see Brunson bringing the ball up, and he's at the wing, and they just do a double team at him, and unless he gave the ball up sooner, and now we have Bridges to bring the ball up, as well as Randall, Tyler Kolek potentially, Deuce McBride. You need to get the ball out of Brunson's hands as much as possible if they're going to do all that and take advantage of some sort of weak side of the weak side defense, because they're all pointing towards Brunson at a certain point, scoring 40-point games in the playoffs. He was doing Michael Jordan numbers, which is insane. SGA almost sounds like a rap group. It definitely does. Bathgate is a classic. You know it, Gregory. SGA sounds more like a Grand Theft Auto game. Hell yeah. Good morning, Flea. The Knicks just hired big man coach Mark Bryant. He will fix all our big men. Don't need to make a trade for center. What's your thoughts? Damn. I wish I would have got to that sooner, Danny. You didn't ask me though, so I ain't answering. I'm joking. I thought Tibbs was the big man whisperer. Mark Bryant was with the Spurs. I did see that earlier. Class of 84. He went to Columbia High School. Mark Bryant went to Columbia High School. How do I add that? I know he played in the league. Congrats to Mark Bryant for joining the Knicks as their new assistant coach. Knicks assistant Mark Bryant has been in the NBA as a player coach for 35 years. Before that, he was a homegrown star at Seton Hall. Wow. Oh, Kendrick Perkins shouted him out. Let me introduce Mark Bryant. He's one of the top assistant coaches in the game and don't get enough credit. Ask Dwight Howard, Serge Ibaka, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook about his impact. Now we are witnessing the same impact with DeAndre Ayton. Carry the hell on. Damn, you had me up until you mentioned DeAndre Ayton. And this tweet is from 3 years ago, July 8th. Jalen Duren getting workouts with Mark Bryant. So Mark Bryant was helping out Jalen Duren. Is that potentially us going after Jalen Duren? Just saying. Mark Bryant is joining the Knicks as an assistant coach on the Tom Thibodeau staff. Bryant, most recently with the Pistons, is widely viewed as one of the top big man coaches in the NBA. That's kind of dope. Even though I don't know what makes him a top recruiter of NBA coaches or of NBA big men, but I'll take their word for it. I mean, the Pistons with Durant, Thompson, Isaiah Stewart, they got a lot going on over there. He's living up to his name. So was it all just talent? Was it all just effort? Or did Mark Bryant really coach them into that position? Good morning, Fleet. The Knicks just hired a big man coach. Or peace, Knicks Rehab Nation. I got to do a real ninja recharge, and that means sleep. I'm about to be there with you. I love Knicks Rehab intro. They don't like Esube. Oh, suscribe. Say it with me. Suscribe. The AllBall TV guys are chimney sweeps in their free time because they love the smoke. Thank you, Robert Paulson. People are motivated very differently. Embarrassing someone will only motivate temporarily. That segue was especially hilarious. What up, Fabian? Too much info for dude talking about meat. Kiwi is a New Zealander, and mate is a term of endearment most of the time. Oh, Kiwi is New Zealander. Okay, I get it now. Pastor Chris English is the most underrated rapper of all time. Don't Google him. Or do. Pastor Chris English. Are you talking about Pastor Troy? Are you talking about the dude from Kid and Play? Sorry, Pastor Jim Coleric. I remember him from the Blazers. Yo, man, I gotta get going tonight. 7:45 AllBall Madness. Are you crazy? Are you kidding me? And before we get going, our sponsors, Factory Meals, factorymeals.com/ABTV50. You get 50% off. Shout out to them. Click the link in the description. I should throw the link in the chat for Factory Meals. Let's do that. Make sure we show each other love on here for that. Show them our strength, man. We out here. We ain't playing no games. We ain't playing no games. Here we go. Factory Meals. Factor Meals, not Factory Meals. My man said that's too much to hear and read. Gotta chill out. Don't turn the kids off, man. They gotta be rapping for Jesus. I remember him from the Blazers. I don't. That's the crazy part. Let's go, Knicks. Morning chat. I love it. I love it. That be that, said the cat.
Knicks Rehab.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's about that time, though. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.